hello there, humans, hippies, earthlings, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, and whoever you're doing it to, or lucky enough to be doing. I'm Bushka on Blitz, and we're back with Subs Replay Sunday. It's when the magic happens, when we all get together, hold hands, and cry a little bit, and look for moments of inspiration and joy. We're going to get those today from you, the humans. We've got a Boomstick game, a Glacial 112, an AMX 50B, and then an old school E50M game on the Mirage map. This is the new Dead Rail map though, and this is Iron Surg in the Boomstick. Iron Surg is a member of Ahoy, which is the branch off started by the Mad Genius AK of the Patron clan that's running around on NA at the moment. It's a really fun group of guys, so, you know, if you are in Patron and you are in the clan or not in the clan and you want to be, let the boys know. This is an interesting game for a bunch of reasons. Mostly I love it for the ending. The Boomstick, and I got to say Iron Surb as well, you might be a hell of a man, but your taste in camouflage runs to the extreme. I'm not impressed by this camo. Not a big fan, but there you go. Would Met like the Boomstick to be dressed like this? And let's be honest, he is the style icon for the Boomstick. Oh, that AMX 5100. That's a whole lot of love. AP there into the side of the AMX 5100 could very well have thrown a little bit of HE his way, but obviously that's a small, narrow target for such a big donk of a tank at this range. Doesn't matter. That's another shot. So that's two shots in. We've done about 1,300 damage. That's how you roll in the Boomstick. Now, Dead Rail's an interesting meta these days. They've really changed it up. There's a lot of stuff going on around here, but mostly they've changed the camping positions. And that means that your campers either get in the corner here or they get a lot closer to the action than they'd probably like. And it's definitely made the pace of the game on this map a quicker one. You get a lot more engagements too on the hide side, where people are just wandering around aimlessly, trying not to get belted in the middle, like this poor old Tiger 2 is. He is between a rock and a very, very hard place, but that's all right. He's not there for long. Straight back to the garage with you, my friend. Iron Surb displaying all the patience of a good Boomstick driver. He's got a good mate there in the Jag Tiger, in the Tier 9 German. Gee, that thing can spit out the DPM. Oh, the Object 704 is there. Come on, Serbo. Spot him, spot him. Too late. The situational awareness of a lemur there, my friend. It's all right. I can make fun of him because I know him very well. He's a good bloke. The Object 704 is coming back for another bite of the cherry, and the Serb is ready this time. Hits him with the HE, but doesn't quite get the spot he was looking for. It's all going pretty hard in the middle there. The 704 is pushing up. There's an SU-122-54 who will feature severely late in the piece, and you're going to see the other Boomstick, who is playing very close, toe-to-toe, just took a massive pump and is now no longer with us. Vale you, my friend. The 704 pushing around is showing plenty of side and is living dangerously, but the Serbster has as yet been unable to consummate the relationship. There has been no penetrating shots. Here we go. He's looking for a little bit of action. He's still got the HE loaded. Looking for that high explosive love. Only 345 there. No shot. Switches up to the AP soon, I hope, because that is going to be a necessary evil. No. T54. 256 hit points. That's the right call, my friend. HE into the noggin. There's a lightweight there. There's still an Object 704 there, and there's just the Jag and the Serb left. There is a 704 again. This time the HE will surely do the business. No, it leaves him 31 points down. He's in love with that high explosive, but the Jag Tiger finishes him off. Just a lightweight who's a one-shot, and then can you see there that SU-122-54? Things are going to get interesting with him. He's full hit points. The Boomstick is full hit points. Let's see what comes out of the box here. Now, the Boomstick has a huge advantage in this engagement. It's got a turret. Now, that might not sound like that huge an advantage. It's a tier down. It doesn't have the DPM of the SU-122-54, which is an absolute ferocious tank in terms of pumping out the damage. It also doesn't have the speed and the mobility, but what Serb's done there is equalise that tremendously by being behind a bush, having a turret, and sitting still while the 122-54 pushed up. And a big alpha shot will equalise a whole lot of stuff. Misses that one, but this is where I love it. The Boomstick is going to COD the 122.54 here. Look at him. He's going for the track shot. Can't get it. That's all right. Back it out. Duck it. Move. Back. Weave. Poor old 122.54 is in licorice all sorts. I bet you didn't see this coming. His medium tanking Penjuru from X-Regs into the ground. What a monster effort right there at the end. 1,600 hit points to go, and he nuts the lot with barely a scratch on his lovely, well, absolutely horrific paintwork. Not happy with that paintwork, Serbo. Brilliant game there, mate. Nearly 5k, high caliber. Gets the sniper award too. That's a rare one. Look at that. 3 kills, 1,241 XP. Plenty of action there. 13 shots fired for 11 hits, or 13 hits and 11 penetrations. Now we're going to be rolling here with my good mate Foxfire. I see you in the Lunar Burma. Now a lot of idiots out there say, oh, this tank sucks. It's got a massively weak lower glacis. Well, here's other news. Water's wet, grass is green, and frogs don't bounce. Basically, every tank in the game has a crap lower glacis. If you haven't figured that out by now, then you probably shouldn't be playing for much longer. So take this one as a shot between the eyeballs for all of you having a whinge about the lower glacis of the Glacial 112. You do what Foxfire does here, which is hide the lower glacis, side scrape off something, and commence the justice, really. He throws out a lot of justice in this game. Takes one of the tracks. Now, the other thing that people will say about this tank is that it doesn't have a strong side like the IS-6. Well, no joke, Harry. It's not the IS-6. The IS-6 is a brutally effective side-scoping machine because of its very, very steeply armoured upper plate and its steeply armoured side plates and such. But as long as you don't over-angle in this tank and don't expose the lower glacis, well, you can bash everyone. And that's exactly what he does just there. Now, this KV4 is having a little bit of an identity crisis. He wants to push up, he wants to be a heavy tank, but he also wants to be a bulldozer, and he's trying to create a nice little mound of dirt there so that he can bulldoze away, maybe build some stuff, put up a school for people to teach them how to side scrape. Unfortunately, today is not that day, mate. So, ta-ta, that's the end of the lesson. The Lunar Burma is going to do the business on him as well. Now, you've got 250 millimeters of pen on the heat on this thing, so it'll go through situations like that. And KV4s are brilliant side scrapers so long as you angle away the turret and you have a wall there. You don't want to have an area where you can just hide your lower glacis, but you can't actually hide the turret because the turret's got a lot of weak points on it. Thank you very much, Type 59, for driving sideways in front of the entire green team. That was impressive. The Lunar Boomer is now moving up. Things are looking good for the good guys. The ISU 152 is next on the menu. But this gun has other ideas. It's just misbehaving. Find me a point. Find me a point. There. Beautiful shot there from the 112. Foxfire driving it like a pro. Pushing around into our good mate, the IS-6 here. He's going to expose a little bit. Look at that. Pulls back, gets the bounce. All of you whining whingers who carry on about this tank not having a really good armor profile need to give yourselves an uppercut. The RU-251's pushing out, and suddenly, what happened? It's 4 tanks on 4 tanks. I thought we were doing really well there. I thought we were winning a lot. We're doing a lot of damage. Why aren't we winning more? Well, basically, the rest of the team's just folding like a cheap dress. Cheap suit. It's time to hit the IS-6 again. There we go. Leave him on 9 hit points. Pretty good roll there. 400 is the average alpha, and he's decided it's worth trying to get this kill and take a shot because it's really important. Foxfire is absolutely playing a fantastic game here, but the rest of his team doesn't seem to be cooperating. They are getting hammered themselves. Foxfire unlucky there. That was a AP round into the side, and it only got track. Very, very odd. But there you go. That's the classics. That's the big games. That's why they pay the big dollars to the Lunar Boomers. Look at the angles this man runs. He's like some kind of maths professor. He's running some lovely angles, and the tango music in the background is just sending shivers up the spine as he dusts off another red. But in the same time, another one of the boys on his team has managed to commit ritual suicide by driving up and having fun with a couple of red tanks. Oh, let's hope they drive in front of us here so we can fire. There's 1, there's 2. Thank you very much. 2 RU-251s. Now, the heat will be coming hot and heavy here. There is just no way around it, and he's in a huge issue because they are pushing and using their hit points. He's gone to HE as any good human would, and gets the kill there. Oh, this is going to be close. He needs to really bounce one. Come on, the Foxfire. Bouncy Mick. Oh, no, angle. Come on, stop one more way. Go. Gets a big roll. Just one more shot. Come on. No, not a flat side shot. You grub. Oh, God damn, that hurt. Amazing game. Brilliantly played. Excellent angling of the tank. Really aggressive all the time too. Mastery in defeat. 5,400 big damages and 5 kills. Foxfire, I tip my hat to you. But we're moving onwards and upwards. I'm going to tone the tango down. Just turn it down a little bit because M16 is not a tango man. M16 is here in the AMX 50B. It is a fleet of foot, big fat heavy. Thomas Delaglio wants to know what's up, but we don't know, Thomas, just not sure. I'll tell you what, AMX is a pretty popular bloke. There's all this stuff going on in here. There's plenty of social media. He is in the Eiffel Flower. I'm a dad, I make the worst puns. I can't help it, that's just how it rolls. This Leopard 1 has really read that situation wrong and is regretting instantly his life decisions. So he's basically taken 3 big hits and only now getting in a position to shoot, and he shoots the only place in the tank that he's not going to pen, which is the upper glacis, which is pretty bloody hilarious. Could have just gone straight through the turret, but he shot the upper glacis. Now, just out of interest, we were talking about the lower glacis in the Glacial 112. Well, the lower glacis on this thing is actually really strong. Way stronger than a normal tier 10 heavy, and that's really impressive. A normal heavy tank in any sense of the word. Now, he's in a little bit of strife here. He's backing up. He's trying to find some love behind these rocks while he's on the reload. I know the feeling. His platoon mate's dead. There's just nothing he can do about it. And he's spamming the help button because, and he gets a big hand from the TD sitting behind him. Is that the Yag Tiger? Yes, indeed it is. The Yag Tiger gives him a big helping hand. And 2 to go. Have another one. Bang, bangity bang, Mick Bangerson. Another one in the IS-7. And 3 more. So he's just clipping absolutely everything. And this Yag Tiger is playing the perfect role. Anyone that wants to come around and get stuck in a Foxfire gets a face full of Yag Tiger. Shirley Hidgen is very interested in that as well. We're moving onwards and upwards here, though. He's nearly ready for another bout at the circus. That M103 looks like a likely candidate. We'll have 1. Thank you very much. We'll have 2. And we're going to do it all before he reloads. And a 3rd. Let's have a 3rd. Thank you. And then we're going to go back into cover. That is why the AMX 50B, when it works, is just bloody lovely. The rolls would have been nice, he's saying there, but I got to say, that Yag Tiger has had a superb game here. He has really helped out Puncho, Nacho. He's being told negative here because the 16 is ready, gets him, 1 left. What a great combination on that flank there. They pushed hard, but they had to get through the massive tier 9 DPM king, the Yag Tiger. Puncho, Nacho from south of the border. And just the Jagdpanzer E100 to get to now. We've had 3 kills, and we've had an incredibly large amount of nasty damage. And it's been done very quickly. And we've got a full clip here. 1 pussycat. 2 pussycats. 3 pussycats. I am the count. I love to count. One of these kids is doing the wrong thing. One of these kids just ain't the same. That's Sesame Street. For those of you who are too young, leave the room now. 6,100 damage, mastery badge, an awful lot of love brought to that flank. Poor Leo 1 got round that corner and got absolutely blindsided. Thereupon followed, look at that, that's 8k real quick. That Yag Tiger only did 1257, but he was the perfect foil. He was just far enough away and hull down in the water there. Every time they came around that corner, they wanted to get a shot on M16, and they had to take one between the teeth from the Yag monster. Just enough to get it done. We're going to have one last video here, guys. This is the last one for the weekend. The missus is all ready for action out there. We want to go do things. We want to have fun. This is the E50M. The notorious pie-eating medium at the top of the German line. Got buffed. They put 250mm of armor on the front turret. And it got buffed because basically, yeah, it needed a bit of a buff, but I never really had much of a problem with it. So I was very, very happy to take the E50M buff and go all the way to the bank. Haribon is rolling the big monster, and he has what can best be termed the Nintendo camouflage on. Not sure what the inspiration behind this one is, but it's called Digital or something along those. I know which digit I'd like to give it. I'm not a big fan of it, but I used to run it on the Jagdpanzer E100. We've got another Leopard 1 here who is queuing up for some action, much like the last game. He's in a really bad spot for a Leopard 1. That upper plate normally would have bounced that one, but not so here. Leo does his level best. He's got ammo rack damage, repairs that. He's used one of his kits. Haribon's pushing around. That would be a good scalp to get. The Leo is not engaging him. He's really taking his time getting that shot off. And considering just how much DPM the Leo can pump, that's a big mistake. And he's left himself out in the open. A one shot for Harry. Harry is the lowest DPM medium at tier 10, but that doesn't make any difference to him. He still presses the button in the right orderly fashion, and we get ourselves a win. The mouse over there doing his best. The big, nasty mouse is on the flank, which is great. The IS-8 doing his best to impersonate an Object 140, going around what can only be termed an even bigger pie eater. Mate, if these two worked at a bakery, there would be absolutely nothing left to sell. Haribon is pushing around to the right here. There are plenty of targets. The Type 61's a cheap one, but he's actually been very, very aggressive, and Harry has copped one in the side for his troubles. A little bit of careless play there from what has been an otherwise pretty sensational first-up effort from the young man. The Type 61 is going to be even more aggressive. He just really wants it. He's keen. He's very, very keen. So Haribon's going to have to turn around and start using this great armor profile. Drops the hammer on the adrenaline. Now, he might have the lowest DPM at tier 10, but he's still got this Type 61 covered easy peasy lemon squeezy. And the armor profile of the Type 61 is such that he's not likely to bounce a whole lot of shots. And you can see, if you get someone who actually knows how to angle this thing, there is a lot of love to love. Finally gets one in, but that's all too little too late, and from 521 hit points he completely wrecks that Type 61. Just took the one big one for that. Yag Tiger down here to get to, and then we'll just about be finished today's proceedings. Looking for the IS-8 at the rear, who is paying absolutely no attention, and like the IS-8 always gets, the most ridiculously troll bounces in the world. He's still not paying any attention. He's wide open, and we get a miss. And there's the 183. There's the one everyone's worried about. Let's put some into him, and that slow reload again hurts him just a touch. Might have gone for the tracking shot there on the 183. Might have been a help, but in the end, not a big deal. 2 on 3, but there's some great positional targets here. Finally get rid of that IS-8. The Yag Tiger is as useless as tits on a bull here because he simply cannot face Haribon. And Haribon is going to be able to walk up behind him and just put endless amounts of love and affection into his side, which is, as you know, not very well armoured. The 140 is pushed around. The only one you've got to really worry about here is the 183 turning around and helping out the Yag, which may well have won them the game if he'd ever bothered to do that. But no, he's just focused on the Object 140. Yag's finally realised that, hey, there's a tier 10 medium on my right, and maybe I shouldn't be coming out sideways, but, you know, them breaks. Just the one left. Haribon is not a man to screw around. He realises a long reload for that fella there, goes down and taps him. And the Yag, good on him, says nice E50, a bid 007, because that was a really tough spot, and and Haribon really saved his team. And you can tell here in the replay, when you get 6,523 damage, you have done a very, very good job for the green guys. As always, boys and girls, that was a patron-sponsored post. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to sponsor the channel, there is a link right there at the start you can click on. I'm Bushka on Blitz. Look after your families and stay safe on the battlefield.